Viewer listener discretion is advised. The majority of the content of this program is not factual. It is highly advised that it not be used for teaching your children from said content, other than making an example out of the hosts of what they should not grow up to be. Remember this, it's the beer talking.
Welcome to the truth about beer.
All the crap that we're interested in.
Searching
for the truth. Exploring the unexplained. Investigating the paranormal. Subscribe now.
Hit the alert
button so you don't miss an episode.
Ow!
Welcome to the truth
about beer.
and that's never going to get old.
No, it's never gonna
That was
go.
fun.
That was awesome. We're back.
We are. Episode number 2 since the reboot. And who's all watching with us tonight?
You are.
Yeah, I'm on there. How'd that happen? Hi, Joey. Papa Joey. Oh,
Got Christine on there. Lindsay's watching.
Jasmine. And
Jenny.
Jamie's Cowboys.
Nice.
Jamie's Cowboys.
And Jenny, you said Jenny. And Christine, you said.
Yep.
Oh, how special.
We are on several platforms tonight.
Rocking in the free world.
Oh, yeah, I gotta get on Rumble.
You have to
Oh, yeah,
rumble on
check
your
it
get
out.
on.
And say hi to the Rumble people.
Keep on, keep on, keep on.
I can't wait till StreamYard actually puts Rumble as a
And then I'll add it to the comments.
yeah, because then
That'd
they'd be able
cool.
to jump on the comments and see.
Yeah. And we're not through adding places you're going to find us.
No, we are not.
We almost have TikTok ready to
We're
start
close.
streaming on. Really close.
We're super close.
So,
We have our approval. We're just waiting on our stream key.
Stream
So,
key.
yeah, it's a stream key that you have to use.
You make me a copy when you get it?
Make you a copy.
Good. Noise.
Super horror show.
hey, dude.
So we have an exciting show for you guys tonight. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. We got beer.
We got beer. Oh, we always have beer. Kind of the premise of the show.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's gonna be
Just-
We have a different beer.
We're going to talk about the position butte.
And when this one's gone, it's going to be gone till I can make another trip.
Make
Yeah.
another trip.
Unless somebody wants to send us some guitar pedals.
Yeah.
I'll get happy.
We'll always accept guitar pedals.
Yes, we will. Always. 100%.
Oh, hey, we just went live on Facebook. It says.
Oh, look at
I
that.
just got an
See, we
alert.
got a lot of platforms around tonight. Very cool.
So what's the rock pile behind you?
That's what we're going to talk about tonight.
Sweet. But first,
But first, yes,
You're familiar with it. You bounced out of it.
I dug through it.
you know it from the inside out.
Got a freaking mean hangnail from it.
Up, up close and personal. So what do we? All right, so let's talk about what we're drinking tonight first.
All right, so I think it's kind of a funny story. Well, the story you told me anyway, because I knew nothing about this beer until I moved to Texas, and then my daughter introduced me to it,
Mhm.
and we were able to have it on tap, and we just really enjoyed it, just as a go-to beer. Yeah,
Yeah,
one
it's
of
one-
our favorites. So
It's one of those we wish we had when we were gigging, right?
right,
One of those
Yeah.
like we used to drink the Bud Light, and it's one of those would be your go-to brewski.
And it's got a great name.
It does.
that
It's
I can
pronounced
pronounce.
Yingling. We figured that out tonight
Yeah.
because we were pronouncing it wrong at the beginning of the night. So
How
we
do you used to
figured that
pronounce it?
out. Yingling. So whatever. I don't know what the fuck I said, but
Sounds creepier.
Yingling.
Youngling.
So you guys something stuck in your mouth.
Yes.
So Yingling is a family-owned brewery and brand of beers that originated in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Get this, back in 1829,
wow.
almost
long time
200
ago.
years ago.
They were drinking back then.
Yeah,
Freaking
they were.
It wasn't illegal back then.
Salad.
No, it wasn't.
It was one of the only beverages you could keep without, right? It kept good.
Yeah.
Without getting bacteria growing in it and shit. I don't know.
Probably.
Sounds good.
It works.
Well,
I'll go with it.
we'll go for that.
I'll buy it.
Sure.
So the Yingling family has operated the brewery for over 5 generations. And it's the oldest operating brewery in the United States. I found that kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
that is very interesting.
The name Yingling is angelicized version of the founder's surname. I think it's actually Jungling is the original name.
Jungling.
Jungling, yeah, which is German for young person or youngster.
Yeah, younglings.
Yeah.
Makes sense. The two youths.
The two youths. So Yingling is a flagship beer. It's a traditional lager, which we're going to drink tonight. It's an amber-colored, medium-bodied beer and a well-balanced taste, which I agree. I think it is a very well-balanced taste. So it's a 4.5 ABV, so not very strong. You can have 20 of them and you'd be okay.
Well, on an empty stomach, maybe not.
Probably not, but yeah.
Pissing every 15 seconds.
You would be. True. They have a dark brewed porter, a rich full body porter with a creamy taste and hints of chocolate. That might be good.
Creamy porter.
Yeah, creamy porter.
Delicious. I know a guy named Porter.
Porter.
Anyway.
They have a golden pilsner.
My daughter's last name is Porter. Anyway,
That's right. A beer with 100. I don't know why they said this, but 136 calories and 9.3 grams of carbs. All beers have carbs.
for those
but
that are
watching
conscious of that stuff.
watching their figure.
Yeah.
Yingling beers are available at Walmart and can be shipped to the continental U.S., Alaska, and Hawaii. So if you're in Hawaii, you're in luck. You can get it. So
But not Arizona?
We have Walmarts.
continental U.S.
Didn't it say at Walmart?
Yeah.
Why not
They
the
don't
Walmart's here?
They just don't sell it here.
Why not the Walmart's here?
Probably because their distributors don't
Damn it.
carry it. So whenever you can order it in like Total Wine or something,
I don't know.
might be able to.
feel
Go
like,
talk to them.
feel like you should be able to if Walmart's involved.
I'm gonna have a conversation with them. So I think
Listen
we
here.
should be able to. Listen here,
See if we
mother.
can get a keg of it.
Right there you go.
Yeah.
I like that.
That would be
That's a
sweet.
great idea. Got the kegerator.
Kegs.
Why not? So another fun fact is Yingling also used to produce ice cream from 1920 to 1985. And they brought
Bullshit.
it back in 2014.
Why?
Why they bring it back or why
ice
they
cream and
produce
beer. Yeah.
I don't
Is
know.
it the same equipment? Similar skill set?
Probably not.
Use the extra hops for your ice cream? We need a daiquiri.
Hoppy ice cream. that just sounds appealing, right?
Yeah,
We'll make a
chocolate.
beer float.
Oh, there you go.
You know.
Rocky
Traditional
Road with
beer
hops.
float. All right, let's crack one of these babies open. Let's give it
All
a
right.
crack.
baby.
So,
Well, should we you have something else to
Oh, yeah, I
say
do.
there?
I do. We have our little video presentation.
What is it?
So here's Yingling beer.
Bing.
That was quick.
Oh heaven. Oh heavenly beer.
Wow. What was it doing in my pyramid?
Staying
I
cold.
want it to be like you, Jack.
I'm gonna pull a little
Oh,
tab thing.
I love that sound.
Mine did it wrong.
Oh,
Try to see. Has anybody tried Yingling? I'm curious in the audience. Let us know if you tried this beer.
especially Super Horror Show. Well, he doesn't really drink a lot of beer, but he's in Pennsylvania, right?
Nice pour.
Wow. See, it's a beautiful color.
Nice amber color.
Mm-hmm.
We will soon
Get a
talk
little
about
bit
the
ahead
mud
there.
pyramid.
There you
I
go.
got a good head on. Oh, you got a better head.
Well, you know, hey,
Ah,
that is a nice color.
yeah,
I like it.
pretty.
Yep. I'll wait for Jack to pour his.
Shit.
I got distracted.
No pressure.
Got sloppy head all over.
Hello, Allison.
Oh, that looks pretty good, actually.
I'm never sure if it's supposed to be more or less.
Super partial, like rum and vodka. It's a good combination.
Rum and vodka. Oh, I know what you said.
Rum
I know.
and vodka.
I'm fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Ooh, this has a definitely dehydrated look to it.
Right?
Somebody needs to drink more water.
Hey,
cheers. Virtual cheers. Yep. That's England.
Nice and refreshing and crisp.
Waiting for Jack's opinion.
It's beer.
It's pretty weak.
It doesn't have a real strong, right?
Nothing incredibly overpowering.
Yeah.
Has the same yeasty flavor that most of them do. I think it's a yeasty flavor. Kind of a sour tartness. Could just be stripping the lacquer off my teeth.
Ray Bridge Moscato.
Aren't they normally bubblier than
That
this?
would be a wine. Not necessarily, though.
It's definitely not fizzy.
No. No, it's more along the lines of like a Budweiser. It's
Just
pretty-
a darker version.
yeah. It's got a good flavor,
Yeah.
though.
You guys ever do beer on ice?
No, you know what? I knew somebody who did. I've never done that.
Yeah, I don't know if it makes it better or worse.
Probably makes it waters it
Water
down
it
so
down,
fast.
yeah.
Changes
Yeah.
the flavor. Too much.
It's
It's like that's not a bad thing.
I'm thinking, maybe that makes it better.
I don't know. Well, you didn't do any kind of bitter face, so
No, it's
It
not
did
bitter.
hit
It's
you.
certainly not bitter.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't have that. Yeah, rip your face off.
Yeah,
Bitterness that
yeah.
most of them do.
It doesn't suck.
It's pretty mellow.
yeah, it's a good beer. It's a good summer beer.
I
right?
could get sick on this real easily. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is cold. If it was hot outside, I could
Mhm.
I could drink this whole thing really fast and just have that huge gut bubble. Give me another one. Can I have some hot dogs and some Velveeta cheese, please?
When she's asking if there's any floaters, I don't see any floaters in this.
Yeah, no, it's definitely filtered.
Why would you want to know if it has floaters?
I think the last couple beers we had some floaters in it, didn't it?
I don't recall.
I think
Look,
it
this
did.
can
Probably.
is haunted.
It's moving.
See
Look at
that?
Trip.
It's crazy.
All right. So what are we talking about tonight? We're talking about.
Well, it's kind of funny that you should ask.
I thought it was funny.
Funny.
Oh, I was going to bring up what was funny about the beer.
Oh, okay.
First,
Well,
I
yeah.
mean-
Well,
I mean, because
Besides the name.
before I'd moved to Texas, you had gotten some from a buddy.
Yeah.
And you were going to use it on the show.
it was.
and
Right.
then I disappeared and wasn't here to try it. But then when I got to Texas, I tried it, and we both were enjoying it without the other knowing.
That's true. That is
Cheating on
true.
each other.
Yeah,
That's how it starts.
Then I drank it all, and we didn't have enough to do the show. But
Oh.
luckily, you brought some with you.
I did.
So
Shazam.
thank you. For
See,
that.
wasn't that funny?
That was
hilarious.
hilarious. That was pretty fun.
Inside, I'm dying.
And then the other funny thing.
Jack.
Yeah. So Keith mentioned to me one time that there's a pyramid on top of a hill in Florence. I'm going to go investigate it someday.
Do you
And
want to come?
Yeah.
Is what I
Oh,
said.
well, you went though, didn't you? I mean,
I
you
did. I went
on your own.
I think it was about a year ago. I went took a hike.
It's one of those things that if you're driving down the highway, you go, is that a fucking pyramid?
Right.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Person drives like, I'm trying to watch the road. Everyone else is like, weird. Because I believe I've seen that from where the hell were we going? Florence. It's over by Florence. So would you see it going?
Yeah.
You wouldn't see it on this if you're heading to Globe. There's no
If
way
you head down the 79, you'd probably
Yeah.
see it. You'd see it off to the left.
that's wild.
Yeah.
I've seen it. And I couldn't figure out what the fuck it was. Because you can see it on maps too.
Yeah. Yep.
But it looks also very nondescript. Yeah. I saw a profile of it long when we were going to Globe one time.
Just kind of seemed out of place.
It seemed very out of place. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the hell is that? Anyway,
When I first saw it,
interesting.
because I saw it kind of like you from a distance, right?
Yeah.
And I thought it was a teepee up on top of the hill or
It's
something.
just, it
I'm like,
looks
"What
really
is
out
up
of
there?"
place. Looks very out of place.
It's strange.
Clearly a different color than all his friends around.
Yes.
Huh. So we decided to investigate.
I think it was a fortified place at one point. But who knows?
You think so?
That little ring thing that we stopped on, that looked like somebody like camped there, or made some sort of encampment or settlement or whatever. I don't know.
What do you think? You think that was maybe to get the bricks up there, though? They use it as leverage?
No.
Or, no?
Then you're talking about the pins.
Yeah.
Those definitely had something to do.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
The first place that we stopped where I thought there was a bird.
Yeah.
Oh. What's hiding over there in the shadows?
Strange rocks, yeah.
There's shadows in daylight. That's not okay.
Kind of Blair Witch shit going on up there. Kind of weird.
Weirdos making little stacks of rocks. Kids, leave shit alone.
But it was a good hike. It was, what did it take us, about 45 minutes to get to the top?
I have no idea. I was in such a fever dream by the time. So I've not had that much blood pumping through my body in a long time.
Well, what would you, because you've hiked before, right?
Yes.
So what would you say on a scale of 1 to 10 difficulty rating?
If you hike, it ain't shit.
It's nothing. Right.
Yeah. If you don't hike, if you're a normal sedentary human being, it's a fucking thigh burner.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, there's a lot of upward movement. So it's a Stairmaster on steroids, but thank goodness it wasn't like high altitude as well.
Yeah.
So I could still wheeze my way up through it. I was floored by how quickly my legs were like, nope. And we got back down and they just had that gelatin feel. But I was really shocked. I never like locked up and couldn't, they weren't.
You felt great the next day?
I was fine the next day.
Wow.
Yeah, surprisingly enough.
Good.
I was kind of floored by that. I was expecting to be in a bad way. So I was happy that my recovery was still good. I don't know what to attest that to, probably being not vaccinated, but who knows?
No, we didn't try to kill Jack.
Oh, it was good for me. Honestly, I was thrilled that I did it, happy that I was able to do it. And really glad that I had people that invited me to do it. So it was very fun.
Yeah, it was nice having you with us.
Would you recommend it to somebody if they wanted to go check it out?
Oh, definitely. I mean, if you're the kind of person that wants to do stuff besides the same shit you do every day.
Right.
I mean, it's something I've seen now that a lot of people haven't.
Right.
That 6 months ago, I didn't know existed. It's kind of
probably
cool.
most people on this podcast tonight have no idea.
Where the hell are you talking about? Tell us what the fuck it is.
That's why we're doing the show on it.
It's the position pyramid or the position butte.
So the butte itself that this pyramid is on is called Poston
Butte. Yep.
And
why?
And then when we got up to the plaque, we saw it was for Charles D. Poston.
Who is that?
And the only thing I thought of was, hey, you know what? I wonder if it's the same person that they named the school after that my kids went to, junior high.
Whoa.
Mm.
And lo and behold, it's Charles D. Poston Junior High School.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But you know what? Just like us, and apparently most people.
Why does he have a pyramid?
Who is Charles D. Poston?
Good question.
And why haven't we heard more about it?
Especially considering he has a school and a fucking pyramid. I don't have either of those things.
I know. A whole butte. That's a huge butte.
Unlikely I'm going to have any of them anytime soon, unless I get into a serious car wreck at one of them.
Well, I mean, and what he's referred to as when you read him in the history papers, how does nobody know about him?
Right. Because he's known as the father of Arizona.
Interesting.
So to do that, you'd have to have sex with all the other states? Or just... I don't get it. How's he daddy?
So, yeah, I was curious since my kids went to Poston Junior High.
Did they know?
That if they had learned anything about the namesake of their school, why was their school named after Charles D. Poston? And it was interesting what we found out from them.
Yeah, you would think it'd be a big plaque or something up in the school, right? That everybody could read and
Did your kids actually know anything about him?
Well,
because I didn't know shit about the people my schools were named after.
I guess we could share that with you now.
If you have the information, I'd love to hear.
You want to give a little context to it? So you asked them.
Okay, yeah. So actually, this was the second try. So, I tried calling them. Well, I didn't try. I did call them all last night and had a phone conversation with them and just asked them, what junior high they went to. And they all said Poston Junior High. And he says, and do you know anything about Charles D. Poston, who the school's named after?
Like, Dad, are you drunk?
And so I got some really good answers from him. And before I went to bed, I decided to check my recordings, and they were all just dead silent. So I didn't have any of So I had to try to recreate it today through not TikTok,
Marco
through
Polo.
Marco Polo. So I got their
The magic of Marco Polo.
Yeah, so I got the responses again from that.
And we're going to share them with you.
Yeah, we'll share it right now.
All right, let's do it.
Question was, or you asked what the name of our junior high school was. The name of the junior high school that I went to was Poston Junior High. You asked me if I knew anything about Charles D. Poston. Never heard of the man. Nope. Don't even know who that is.
Hello. So, same thing with Michelle's response. Going to Poston Junior High, Poston Panthers, baby. When it came to the namesake of the school, no, they didn't teach us anything about the namesake or who he was. So, it was just Poston Junior High, Poston Panthers. School colors, I remember, was black and orange, and then right in my freshman year, there was a big debate of switching it to teal and black. I remember the football players protesting the color of the teal, but it became teal and black. But yeah, that's basically all I can think of or remember Poston. So yeah.
I just got home from subbing middle schoolers, so it's kind of fitting for today's question. What middle school did I go to? I went to Poston Junior High. That was the question you asked me. And then you asked if I knew who the school was named after. I had no clue. You told me it was Charles D. Poston and told me some things that I don't remember. Surprise. And we just talked about it last night. Yeah, I don't remember them teaching us anything about Charles D. Poston. But like I said, I'm not saying they didn't because I didn't pay attention in school. So, yeah. Jay, I do remember the whole color change thing. I remember being so super excited to get rid of orange because I hate orange, and I was so excited to have teal because that's one of my favorite colors. So teal and black I thought was really cool. And side note, my kids' school, well, it's middle through high school anyway, but they're the Panthers too, so that's kind of fun. Yeah, anyway, didn't know anything about the dude. And it's most likely because they didn't taught it, but I'm not going to say that with 100% certainty because they might have, and I just don't remember. So anyway, love you guys.
He checks out.
You know what I love about that, though? The name of the school is Charles D. Poston
Junior high school,
right? And they all just said Poston Junior High School. And it's like, did they change the name on the building maybe later on? To dedicate it to
I went to Dexter Elementary School, and it was Mata Dexter Elementary School. It was
Right.
named after somebody, Mata Dexter. I don't know who the hell that was or what they did. We were the Dexter Dolphins. Kids don't give a shit.
That's true.
They just don't. Unless it's Rosa Parks School, in which case everybody's heard that crap. But most of the time, you don't know, how many schools that are George Washington that are named
Right.
after which George Washington. There's more than one.
Carver? No, but if you had the moniker of being the father of Arizona.
No, we don't know who gave him that moniker, do we? Did he give it to himself? One of these dudes? I knew a guy who used to introduce himself as Big John, which used to drive me nuts. I'm like, you can't give yourself a nickname, you piece of shit.
I think because of everything he did historically, he was known.
Yeah, we're going to go through some of that
stuff.
stuff.
He's come to be known as the father of Arizona.
Yeah.
So.
Understood. Let's dive into it.
All right, a deep dive.
It's got a mouthful of this shit.
Are we taking turns?
Sure,
really,
we can take turns.
Tidbits. Give me tidbits.
I got notes in
We're
front
going
of
to
me.
teach Jack stories.
All right, I'll take the first one. I can't read worth the shit, but we'll try it because I can't see worth the shit.
Perfect.
Charles Debrille Poston, often referred to as the father of Arizona.
What's that middle name?
Debrille. Yeah, Debrille. A historical figure whose contributions to the state's early development are both significant and largely overlooked today. Born on February 12, 1825 in New York, Poston emerged as a prominent figure in the mid-19th century, recognized for his ambitious vision for the Arizona Territory and his role in its governance.
Poston's journey to Arizona began with his involvement in the California Gold Rush. Lots of people came up for that, right?
Greedy bastard.
Which ignited his passion for exploration and adventure. His early experiences laid the groundwork for his later endeavors as a statesman and advocate for the region. So in 1863, Poston was appointed as first territorial delegate to Congress.
Holy shit.
Yeah, a position that allowed him to champion the establishment of Arizona as a formal territory.
Wow.
His tireless efforts in Washington, D.C. were pivotal in securing both recognition and resources for the fledgling region. And did it say, I mean, that was Abe Lincoln that appointed him, wasn't it? I read somewhere, or am I just getting ahead of it?
No, I think so. I think I remember reading that too.
That's crazy.
But, you can definitely see why he was coined the father of Arizona, right? I mean, because it's kind of because of him, we became a territory.
A formal territory, yeah.
Is he one of those guys who wanted to call it Pumpkinville before they called it Phoenix?
So, however, Poston was not just a politician. He was also an eccentric character whose I have a glare on the screen, so it's killing me.
That's what they used to call
whose
horse.
Personality left a lasting impression on those around him. What'd you say?
That's what they used to call horse. He was an eccentric person who left an impression. Yeah, he slept around a lot.
Known for his flamboyant style and unconventional ideas, he often clashed with more of the conservative elements of society. His vision of Arizona included not only the economic development, but also the emphasis on education and infrastructure, demonstrating a forward-thinking approach that was rare for this time, despite his ambitious plans. That's kind of ironic, isn't it? So he's an advocate for education, but nobody knows who the fuck he is.
I never thought about him.
How many kids did he have?
Many of his ideas were met with skepticism and struggled to gain widespread acceptance.
Yeah, that's strange. I mean, I've read through this a couple times, and I don't remember even talking about family.
I bet you he fathered a bunch of kids.
Possibly. He was,
they called him an eccentric person, and I promise you, that's what they used to call horse.
Yeah.
The guy does not popularly have a family because he was banging them out all over the place.
It'll probably make more sense to you here in a few.
Oh, yeah.
that thought won't be probably solidified. So Poston's legacy is intertwined with the story of Arizona itself. He played a crucial role in promoting the construction of railroads, which would eventually connect the territory to the rest of the nation. Additionally, he was instrumental in advocating for the rights of Native Americans, striving to ensure that their voices were heard in a rapidly changing landscape.
And it was. That's for sure.
Bang, 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 bang.
So today's Poston's memory is preserved in a unique way. He is buried in a pyramid tomb atop a hill outside Florence, Arizona. The striking monument serves as a testament to his larger-than-life persona and is an indelible mark left on the state. A pyramid, a symbol of his ambition and vision, stands as a reminder of a man whose contributions helped shape Arizona's early identity. But there's more to that story.
Yes.
Wait, there's more.
If you buy now, you can get 2 Postons for the price of 1. So despite his significant role in the state's history, Poston is often overshadowed by other figures and events.
Ooh, like what?
His story, filled with both triumphs and challenges, reflects the complexities of Arizona's development and the diverse personalities that contributed to its formation.
Alrighty.
As we explore the history of Arizona, it is essential to remember Charles Debrille Poston, not only for his political achievements, but also for his unique character that embodied the spirit of adventure and innovation during a transformative period in American history. See, it just didn't cover enough.
That's how they call
of his story.
A weirdo.
That little bit. It left out some really tasty tidbits, I think.
I think so, too.
What's your favorite flavor of tidbit?
Can I get back to you on that? Cool.
So the father of Arizona tried to build a, you want me to really say that? Zoroastrian fire temple? It's Zoroastrian. Zoroastrian.
I think we
Fire
have.
temple.
I think we have something that'll tell us how to.
Oh, we do
say
have the
that.
correct pronunciation.
Zoroastrianism.
Zoroastrianism. I say I still get it
But
wrong.
they say it's ism.
Zoroastrianism.
This doesn't say ism. It's not an ism.
Zoroastrianism.
Zoroastrianism.
Yeah.
Nism. It's a nism.
Is an ism.
Right.
So Zoroastrian. I was right about that then.
Zoro.
But it's a Zoroastrian
Astrianism.
temple where he is now buried.
So that would be a Zoroastric temple.
Yes. I see on the end. Yes.
You got to put in the ick.
Charles Debrille Poston, once known as the father of Arizona, is a nearly forgotten historical figure today. Regarded as both esteemed statesman and wild eccentric in his time, he is now buried in a pyramid tomb atop a hill outside the town of Florence.
Look at the stonework on that bad boy.
Isn't it? It's
Put the
nice.
Egyptians to shame. Got any grout? Holy shit.
That was one of the things we noticed, right?
Yeah, I noticed there was a pile of grout with some rocks stuck into it.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like they built the pyramid and then held it together. It looks like
Does
they
it
just
get
stuck
into
it.
the story?
A
of
little
why?
bit, but I mean, I'm going to paraphrase a lot of this on this one
Right.
because we covered a bunch of it. But at age 12, he became an orphan. And so at the age 19, he moved to Nashville, Tennessee, where he worked as a clerk for the Tennessee Supreme Court.
How old was he?
19 when he did that.
Okay,
And then-
I guess you can be an adult when you're 13 back then, right?
And then with the gold rush in California, he moved to San Francisco, where he heard about the pending Gadsden Purchase, the United States purchase of nearly 30,000 square miles in what is today's southern Arizona and New Mexico. And so he raced to be among the first Americans to stake claim there. Yes.
You say, was it Gadsden what?
Gadsden Purchase.
Gadsden Purchase. That's not. Okay, cool. Got it.
Yeah, so that's part of Arizona. And
Purchase in the
you know,
Gadsden.
you're going to get history lessons here tonight. Did you?
Yes, you do.
Learned so much gay code all at once.
So
But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, you want me to go
No,
on to the
go
next
on.
part? Or you want to?
Yeah,
you
no,
wanna
I'm
do it?
sorry. Yes, please. I was just getting so excited.
I know it's it's like. Well, this is interesting. Taking a boat from San Francisco to the Mexican city of Guaymas,
You walked a boat to where?
he was shipwrecked and briefly arrested by Mexican officials who worried that he was a scout for the potential American invasion. Upon his release, he made his way north and surveyed potential locations to set up mining claims. After a few years of enticing investors, he returned to Arizona with $2 million and established a Sonora Exploring and Mining Company in 1856.
So there was a
interesting.
time when
So-
Mexico was scared of us invading.
Us,
them?
yeah. That's what
got
it
me.
sounds like to me.
So you think of what $2 million back in the mid 1800s would be today. You know, that's a buttload of money
Yeah.
that he had. And so he began calling himself Colonel Poston and ruled his mines as a business, political, and religious leader.
Oh, he lost his mind. Nice.
So, you
This is
know,
when they used to make lead
I mean, it
dentures
gets
too.
better. Yes. He
Ooh.
printed his own money and
As you-
presided over marriages, divorces, and baptisms
Oh yeah,
among the families of his workers.
he was blowing backs out on the regular.
When the Catholic Church heard about this, they sent someone to investigate, and a scandal was avoided when Poston agreed to make a $700 donation to the church.
Now wait a minute. Is he the reason that the monks have to be celibate? Did you know that's why they do that, right?
I think that's way before his time, though.
I don't know. I'm just
I mean,
saying.
could be. Though. You
Could
could be
a
right.
contributor. Too many kids for this bastard. Stop bagging them out.
And out of his $2 million, he only had to pay $700.
That's interesting. though.
$700.
Give them money and they shut up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all right. You can go ahead and perform weddings and do whatever else you do. As,
Good
as the
thing that's
minister.
not a thing anymore.
What, paying people off?
yeah.
So he became one of the wealthiest men in the area.
And he died
And we're going to get
super
to his,
rich because he built a
You would
pyramid
think.
for himself.
You would think.
So when the American Civil War broke out in 1861, Charles Poston was an outspoken supporter of the Union and President Lincoln. That's what you heard. Lincoln.
That's right. I knew I saw Lincoln somewhere.
It was during this time that he traveled to Washington, D.C. and began advocating on behalf of Arizonans. At this time, Arizona was still a part of the New Mexico territory, and Poston soon became one of the key figures in convincing Congress and President Lincoln to split the western side of the territory into a separate entity.
Cool.
After Poston became Arizona's first representative in Congress, although he lost re-election a few years later.
Bummer.
Sucks to be you.
So after his electoral defeat, he traveled wildly.
So he either got fat or crazy.
That was widely.
It is wildly.
It's widely.
But where he went sounds pretty wild to me. So the United States government occasionally recruited him for various diplomatic missions.
Go tell that bitch I said
They sent him to China, India, and the Middle East. It was during this period that he became enraptured by
Zoroastrianism.
Thank you. He wrote several books on the subject and may have been converted to this ancient Iranian religion.
What was that?
Zoroastrianism.
Oh, sorry. That wasn't it. Wrong one.
Is there another one?
No.
Good.
When he returned to Arizona in 1877, he received an appointment to the General Land Office in Florence. Interesting. Where he found ruins of an Apache structure on the top of Primrose Hill. Given this infatuation with
Zoroastrianism,
he baselessly concluded that the ruins were remains of an Apache temple to a sun god, similar to the
Zoroastrianism,
fire temples of Iran.
That's what those little things were.
See, I love having it recorded. Then I have to try to
that
mispronounce it. I love it.
Makes it much easier.
Yes.
So he did. He used the remaining wealth to construct a
Zoroastrianism,
fire temple on the hill summit. When he ran out of money, he unsuccessfully appealed for donations, including sending a letter to the Shah of Iran. Over the years, what little construction he completed of the temple was torn down.
Bastards.
Today, only the road he built to the summit partially survives as a hiking trail. So that was the trail we journeyed up.
That trail?
Yeah, and that's why I think there's those anchor points on there, because that's what he used to
Yeah, he was building shit.
haul the crap up there.
And those little rings that I was talking about was where he was building the fire temple.
They're-
Could be.
It looked like
But was it so here?
it was a fire temple.
Was it originally called Primrose Hill though?
It was originally called Primrose Hill.
Primrose Hill.
It's not the other word. Right?
Zoroastrianism,
No,
It's not that. Did we need to record Primrose Hill?
Primrose Hill. We should have. I'm just curious though. Is that, are we talking about the same hill or was it a different spot? Because I keep thinking about the Casa Grande ruins.
Yeah, everything.
Did they move
yeah.
those?
No.
They didn't move them.
No.
But-
No, I think that was the same hill.
Okay.
And they just,
That's
You
why they put
named
his
it.
pyramid there.
I'll buy it.
yeah.
I'm good with it.
Who's going to argue with you?
Right. Exactly.
Fuck you. You don't
Nobody
know.
knows who he is anyway. So what's the difference?
You don't even give a shit about him. We at least looked him up.
He's
We
on-
had the experts here. You got questions? Tough shit.
By the late 1890s, Poston had drifted into obscurity. Those who did remember him largely regarded him as an oddity. By that point, he was living near poverty.
Yes.
The local legislature took pity on him and passed a bill granting him a 25-hour a month pension in thanks for his prior service.
Wow.
Holy shit.
$25 a month.
He died in 1902 in Phoenix and was buried in a pauper's grave in the capital.
Pauper.
Despite his stated wishes to be buried atop a hill where he attempted to build his
Zoroastrianism,
fire temple.
So he's a jalapeno popper.
Oh. So in 1925, which would be the 100th anniversary of his birth,
Noise.
his final wishes were honored. His remains were exhumed, and he was reinterred in a pyramid built by the state government in a ceremony presided over by the governor of Arizona.
And Dallas Cooper.
And Primrose Hill was renamed
There you
Poston
go.
Butte.
There it is.
Shit.
Okay.
And today is managed by the city of Florence, Arizona, as a park.
Very close by shooting range, too.
See, that was a different story than what I read because it's saying the pyramid was built by the government. But the story that I read said that his friends pitched in.
They put him in the pauper's
built
grave.
the pyramid. They probably did. Where is the pauper's grave? Is it still there? Is there still a cemetery
Just a hole.
in Phoenix?
Oh yeah, it's probably the one that's over there on off the freeway off 517 and Thomas.
Oh,
that big one
that used to. Yeah, you drive around it.
It's enormous. It's enormous.
Yeah, that's an old grave.
I wonder if he still has a gravesite there though, even though they moved the body.
I'm sure they moved the bodies.
I'm not sure how many years they have to wait before they start popping people out, but I mean, obviously they do at some point, or they bury over him or whatever they do.
Well, it was 100 years for him, so
yeah.
Well, they moved him. He got special treatment. He got his own fancy, display or whatever the hell you call it. But most people they just go like, you think anybody knows this guy's dead? Nah, just pull him out.
I thought his story was pretty interesting. I mean, for not ever being taught.
It would be interesting.
Real Arizona history. It sounds like he had a pretty important part in the development stages.
It'd be neat if there was more information about it. It's crazy how little information there is.
Yes, I mean, there's no information about any ancestor or any living.
To be called the father of Arizona because of the government factor. Maybe, because he was one of the first senators and helped get our territory turned into a state. What I understand. So that could be the father. But the way they describe him, he sounds like a man whore.
He's got to have kin. He has to.
Well,
you would think.
He doesn't have to, but he probably does.
I mean,
and it's probably why he's broke or why he died broke and lived the life he did, because he was probably one of those dudes who, went around, hit it, quit it, and left whatever behind and didn't really give a shit.
Does anybody give a shit? How are we going in the comments?
I'm just curious. Well, Christine had a point that when he was reburied in the pyramid, he was buried facing the rising sun.
I believe he was asking for tea kettle and facing east, so that would be correct.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Does it talk about his fascination with astronomy or astrology, whatever he was into? Because
that's what Zoro
in this article did it.
Zoroastrianarianism.
Yeah, well, that's I was interested in that because I want to see where it came from. So I'm going to try to say it. Zoroastrianism.
Zoroastrianism.
There you go.
There you go. You got it.
It's one of the world's oldest monolithic religions.
Monotheistic?
Monotheistic, yeah. So you need to get that one too. Monotheistic. See, I want to put another L in there. I want to put an L in it. And there's
monotheistic.
Monotheistic.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Founded in ancient Persia. Yes.
God.
Right. Around the 6th century BCE by the prophet Zoroaster.
I got it.
Also known as Zarathustra.
How dare you?
Mm-hmm. It emphasizes the worship of Ahura Mazda, the supreme god, and teaches the human beings have the free will to choose between good and evil.
Okay.
Sounds pretty normal.
You're going to Ahura Mazda.
Pretty relevant to Christianity, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Astrotheism.
Thank you.
Mecca like a high, make a hiney ho. Indeedy do.
I did go to speech therapy as a child.
Bam, damn.
Man, you got
It didn't help.
You got a lot of interesting stuff here, Joey.
How dare you?
You went on all these different terminology.
You just had AI.
Yeah, see, I should have got
what other words can
correct pronunciation on all of them. So,
what's feeding the ducks?
So yes, monotheism.
Monotheism.
Yes, of course, is the belief in one God. Who was that? Ahura Mazda. And I don't know about that part.
That's interesting, though. I mean,
it's kind of weird.
What I wanted to find, I mean, they talked about the afterlife where the good are rewarded and the wicked face punishment.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty normal. I mean, for most of today's religions.
Yeah.
And here's the part. The rituals, fire is a central symbol representing purity and the presence of Ahura Mazda. Zoroastrian
very good
temples often have an eternal flame.
Oh.
Prayers and hymns, they have those too.
Yeah, and I read I read the same thing, Christine. That
It's a permanent candle.
he was a sun worshiper.
Knew it.
Yeah, that doesn't mention anything, which is surprising in here. Well, you and I talked about it would be fun to do a documentary.
Yeah, I think it deserves one, really.
I do too.
What do you got to do that's so damn important you can't join a cult with me? I was gonna go sunbathing. We can't do that. The sun's bad.
What do you guys think in the audience? Would you watch a documentary on him?
On who?
From what you learned tonight?
Charles
D. Poston.
No.
You wouldn't?
Not unless there was like sex in it.
There probably is.
Then yeah, man. I'll watch it.
If we're directing it, there's going to be sex in it. Probably not. I would venture to say probably not.
I don't know if I want to watch a documentary. I mean, I find the pyramid thing is wild to me.
How about zombies?
It's interesting to me that he got a pyramid built for him because nobody knows who he is. But it's still kind of cool because I realized that, most of us don't have that sort of longevity in the world. So it's interesting how long this guy's, even though there's, obviously not people clamoring to talk about him, they're still talking about him.
Mm.
That's pretty hefty staying power. So he obviously did something. It'd be neat to find out more about him. So would I
think so.
Would I pay to see a documentary about him? Nah. Would I watch one? Fuck yeah.
So in 1925 was his 100-year anniversary, right? When he got moved to the pyramid
for his birth.
So next year is going to be 200 years.
Holy
so the fact that we can still have these conversations about him and have his memory live on, like you said, that's
kind of cool because I promise you, 30
would
years
be
after
the time to do it, to have a
bicentennial
documentary.
There you go, right?
Yeah,
it can be a bicentennial. So
freaking doing it. We're doing it.
It'll be a woke thing too.
It's not going to be a woke thing.
Yeah, it's a bicentennial.
Add the Illuminati into it and talk to Joe Rogan about it.
Fuck yeah. I bet you Joe Rogan doesn't know who he is. We call him Joe.
No.
Joe, guess what? We know about something you don't know. Fuck you guys. I'll kill you.
Have us on your show.
Bullshit.
Have the truth about beer on your show.
Well, we did a documentary about Mr. Charles D. Poston.
I think we should do it. We really should. We should research and see if he has any family.
He owned a junior high.
Right. There's got to be somebody. There's got to be a historian around somewhere that knows.
Why? Why does there have to be?
Because there has to be. Because there's somebody, as well as I do. There's somebody sitting around that knows a bunch of shit about nothing.
Or not.
Well, at the time they built the junior high that they named after him, which was within the last 50 years, I'm sure.
Who was on the school? Who was on the school board? Who was on the governing bodies?
They knew something.
What sort of territorial papers? And that's what you're gonna have to look into is territorial papers, all the microfiche shit. That's a bitch, but it's a good expedition because I bet you can find this guy.
I'm a former title examiner.
Did they digitize all that stuff yet?
I think
everything pretty much is digitized.
Well, that just makes it.
That used to be my job.
Fucking A. Going through microphones. Yeah.
Going through that crap.
So. But who would have, you think, would Phoenix have it or would Florence have it?
Either and or both.
I don't know, though.
Being that he was buried in Phoenix originally.
You'd be talking about, so that's the thing. I think it wouldn't matter because it's not like it used to be where they physical copies. It's all digitized.
That's true. Yeah.
You just need to be able to, you just need to know what you're searching for.
Yeah.
So you should be able to search the guy going back into territorial documentation. If he was a congressman or original senator, there's going to be some record of him.
Yeah.
The question is, he lost an election. So there's probably some shit on him too.
Probably.
He's going to have to check the papers.
Could be good. Could be good stuff.
Yeah.
So we could put it out here to our audience,
Give
whoever
us money.
they may be.
Oh, wait.
I mean, you're watching this later. If you're familiar with Arizona history and access to those types of things, please let us know. Help us along.
And if anybody's heard of him before the show tonight, let us know.
Or be a dick and keep it to yourself.
Well, you could be, yeah.
Don't do
Christine
that.
was researching as we were going along here, I believe.
Somebody's Googling on the spot.
You got that Google machine?
But it was fun. I'm glad we went up.
Yeah.
Saw the pyramid. It was cool. It was a cool experience.
I'm going to take the wife on that hike.
I think you should.
I think so, yeah. It'd be a good one for her.
I'll probably never do it again.
No?
No. Next time I hike, it'll be a new place. New experience. Shopping mall. Something like that. Hardcore.
Christine said she'd watch the documentary. So we have to make the documentary. That's especially since next year is 200 years.
Is it going to be like animated one? Or are you going to have actors in it and stuff?
No, I don't know yet. We haven't decided.
Depending what you find out.
Depends what we find out.
I might want to be Charles D. Poston.
You'd have some react.
Looking at a picture of him, you might pass for him, Jack. You could pass.
Oh yeah. Where was that picture?
It could happen.
It's on my computer.
What are all those other little files you have in here? Those for other things.
What files?
Underneath the Zorogenarism.
Oh, it's the music files.
I guess
it's all stock stuff
that
comes with.
It's not for this.
No.
Well, damn it! I thought you had other stuff going on. I was like, sweet, more movie stuff.
No.
What do you guys think about that freaking intro movie, though? Was that dope or what?
That was awesome.
That was very cool.
Watching people
have to watch that again.
Fall.
There were people commenting on it, so it was
yeah.
cool.
For those that tuned in late, have to play.
Be sure to message if you want a copy sent to your email. We'll send them out. The collector's editions where Keith fucked up the titles.
I did. No, that was spelled. That was autocorrect.
I know it was autocorrect.
Did you notice that the first one I sent you? It said Position Butte instead of Poston Butte.
He sent it to me, and I'm going like, I don't think it's called Position Butte, is it? He's like, what? And I'm like,
Position Butt.
Yeah, no. Position Butt would make.
I was like, damn it.
Yeah, you sent me it. You sent me like 5 of it, 5 in a row. I was getting like copies of it for some reason.
That's weird.
It was weird because they all said position. I'm like, what? These are all the same.
I'm
watching every one of them is coming through too because I'm like, this is exactly the fucking same. You didn't change. Then I went position.
It's like, aren't you fixing it, dude?
You spelled it wrong.
But this is probably a good time to bring up our Patreon account.
Oh yeah.
So we do have a Patreon page. We're setting up the different membership levels now, but we're going to probably feature some behind the scenes footage of Sunday's little adventure there, and you can get it if you become a member of Patreon. So
we did shoot quite a bit.
We did, yeah. So we'll post some of that on there.
And used a little.
So Patreon get you perks?
Yeah.
Oh, not Patreon to anybody.
No.
So I'm curious how it works. Is it like a subscription thing?
So
you give us money.
Yeah.
And we share more with you.
So they get extra content.
Yeah.
They get extra like merch stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Depending on the level. So there's 3 levels.
You get your address and whatnot.
No. No address.
Sleepovers,
No.
camping events.
So I think we started the first tier
if you woke up
at $1, right? I think it was $1 a month.
$1.
And then the highest tier, I think, is $5.
Give me $1.
Hey, man, give me $1. Oh God, I was heard that one.
So go on Patreon, go check out The Truth About Beer. And if it's something you're interested in, go ahead and sign up, and we'll start adding content to it.
Pretty cool.
And then the pressure's on.
Then the pressure's on for us to make content.
So if you went camping and you woke up and your butt was sore, would you tell anybody?
Is that
want to go camping? You're welcome.
Oh man, I'm gonna speak.
I almost got him.
He almost got me.
Hold it like a prank, bitch. That's funny. I like invest.
So yeah, so we'll definitely work on the documentary. I want to do that. That would be a lot of fun. That'd be cool. Plus, I think we got some good footage we could use.
You got to call it a doc, so you full pretentious.
A doc. It's a doc.
Working on a doc. Okay.
Hopefully you'll find it on Netflix.
I will find it eventually. On Netflix, even. Shoot.
That would be freaking awesome.
Shoot, but it's
we could probably put it on Paraflix. They would probably take it. Yeah. I would imagine.
Put it on VHS too.
That'd be a
go to the state fair and sell them.
That
would be out of a black garbage bag.
Is there another way?
No.
No, Blacklist is not a thing anymore. How are you gonna sell your tapes if you don't have a garbage bag and no Lincoln? Yo, check my bootlegs.
That's funny.
It's a mixtape.
Have a trench coat, all these VHSs,
Got them in different colors too. Well,
I was watching Spaceballs last night, and I love the part where they actually pull the movie out. They start playing it. That was
what's
funny
this?
Shit.
What am I looking at? You're looking at now. What? When did that happen? Just now. When do we get to then? Later. You missed it. Oh,
that's
so fucked up.
So what do we got coming up next week? I know we were kind of planning out episodes.
Yeah, did we? I didn't take.
Next week we're going to be smoking whiskey. Yeah.
Still very confused on how this happens. Is it a hookah thing?
No.
It's just like mainline.
Not fit. Not
We just watch
that.
I've seen the wax thing, and that's confusing enough. It's like not sure how we're gonna smoke whiskey, but I'll give it a shot.
Are we picking any particular whiskey?
We'll let you pick the whiskey.
Doesn't really matter, does it?
You should use it. You should use a shitty whiskey at least once, just
And
to
then do
see
a
if
good whiskey?
see if it enhances it.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like if you take 10 high or something else, and it's how much can you enhance it with smoking?
That's a good point.
Then you take your Pendleton or your
Could do it almost like a blind whiskey taste test.
Ooh, that would be fun. I'll light them on fire and then I'll feed them to you. I'll feed them to you, and you guys have to tell me whether they're good ones or not. So we can actually see if you guys actually have a good taste bud for whiskey, or if you're all just full of shit.
Oh, full of shit.
Can they really identify a quality whiskey from a garbage whiskey? I want to know.
So, am I playing the intro as our outro so they can watch the video again?
Yeah, let's do that.
Is that what it's
Force
fun?
them to see it a second time.
Okay.
Badass.
All right, we'll do that. We'll end with that. So,
Hey, thanks for joining us.
I got to make sure.
Big time.
Oh wait, what are you doing?
Did I already set the ending? That's okay. We'll play the intro
Do it again.
and then we'll go to the outro.
There you go.
So, all right, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks to all you rumblers out there. And hopefully by next week we'll be on TikTok streaming live. So we'll see what happens.
It'll be groovy.
And,
Other treats to come.
Yes. All right, guys. Have a good night. Talk to you soon.
All right.
See ya.
Warning. Viewer list.
Right.
Told you.
Welcome to the truth about beer.